Hello, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. Today, I'm here to reflect on Wisdom of the Elders Oracle. This is a 44 card deck and guidebook by Sean Leonard. Now, Sean Leonard is a writer, an Indigenous American writer, and he's written at least one book that I know of called Spirit Talker, which is a book about Indigenous teachings and stories. I haven't read it, but it is available and it would probably make a very nice companion to this Oracle deck. So this deck, with artwork by Tracy Metallic, and then the graphic design on the cards and the box and stuff have been done by Aaron Gugu. So it says, walk through life with spirit. Indigenous wisdom is sacred and has been shared for many years by the elders. And it is through their teachings that we bridge the physical world to the spirit world. This wisdom wove its way through the generations so we could understand life in a greater way. These teachings have been passed down from elders to the adults, to the youth, to the infants, and now to you. Allow these cards, which include the 7 grandfather teachings, the 4 sacred fire teachings, and the 4 sacred medicines, to help you deepen your spiritual journey. And so, yeah, it says front cover illustration by Tracy Metallic and Aaron Gugu, cover design by Brian Starr Best. All right, so that is the box. Let's take a look at the cards. So the cards are really cool. I love Hay House's. I love the way Hay House puts these little things on the insides of the box, like pictures and messages. This one says, "We are all related." And then it's also written in the indigenous language of the tribe that Sean is from. So I think that, yeah, I love the boxes. I think it's fun to open them up and kind of just see what might be inside of them. That's what's inside the back. Yeah, let me see. So these are the cards. The edges come white. I think I'm going to edge them. I can't decide what color. I've been looking at them for a while now and I'm like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Green, turquoise, or orange, maybe this orangey red. I'm thinking green, but I don't know. So that's the cards. They are typical Hay House Oracle card size. Just for a reference, this is a tarot card size, like normal tarot cards. You can see that they are just slightly taller than a tarot card and quite a bit wider than a tarot card. So that's the typical size for Hay House. They are matte. Yeah, they're matte. No, well, I mean, they do catch the light, but there's no gloss on them. This is definitely a matte card, like a satiny matte, I guess. All right. Beautiful backs. I think these backs are so fun. And then the cards themselves are very dark in color, very, I don't know, they feel almost celestial, but they aren't. Some of them are. Some of them are about celestial bodies and things like that. But we'll go into that. Let's look at the book really quickly. You can kind of see the thickness. So here's the information on Sean if you want to read it. You can get some information about Sean. He is also the host of the TV series Spirit Talker. Okay, I didn't know that. So the book is typical Hay House book. This is a new release from them. Shout out to Hay House for sending this out to me for purposes of review, and so that I could share it with you. I'm very excited to do this, to review a Hay House deck. So this is the how it's laid out. It's got this lovely table of contents in the beginning that is kind of helpful, because when I was using it, I did want to see kind of where they fell in the different sectors of teachings. So we've got the 7 grandfather teachings, and then you've got 13 cards there, the 4 sacred fire teachings, and you have I don't know, I think that's 11 cards, 11 more cards, and then 4 sacred medicines, and that's the rest of the cards. So yeah, I do have one other deck from that's Indigenous American from Hay House. The colors are a little bit lighter, so they feel more spring, and this one definitely feels more winter. So I'm glad to have one from to kind of work for me in both halves of the year, because I do switch my decks out, so that's cool. After the introduction, you get some information about how Sean suggests that you use the cards, prepare for using the cards, choosing the cards, storing the cards, interpreting the cards. You can take that advice, or, just read through it, or, if you have your own way, of course, you can use them in your own way. So then this is this is a section for spreads. There's the single card reading, which is most of what I've been doing with them, pulling one card for the day and just kind of sitting with it. And it says requesting spiritual insight for the day to address a singular concern or for the clarity of a specific inquiry. I've been using it for insight for the day. And, there's a 3 card reading, and then there's a 4 direction spread, which is east, south, west, and north. And it is the different stages of life. Then there's a sacred journey spread. It does give you some sample questions here because it says that it's important how you phrase the questions that you pose to the wisdom of the elders oracle, because the deck has been created to be sort of a spiritual tool. So they want you, Sean wanted to share with us some ways to phrase our questions to make sure that we were continuing in that vein of using it as a spiritual tool. So the questions, some examples are: what might be the result of my intended course of action? What can I expect from this situation, person, or opportunity? Or what do I need to focus on to fully heal? And so forth and so on. And then it gets right into the card meanings. Each entry gives a good amount of information, background information, because you get 2 or 3 paragraphs about why that card has been put in this deck and why this energy is important to embody or to pay attention to. And then the last paragraph is sort of like, if you're using this as an oracle and you draw this card, it may be a nudge from spirit for this, or it may mean that you should look into this. So I think that the way that this guidebook is set up is really good. You can, if you just want to get to the divination, you can just pick out this last paragraph. There's a lot of good information here if you want to learn about the medicine that this deck offers, right? So that I like the guidebook a lot. In the first 7 cards, no, in the first 13 cards, my bad. In the first 13 cards, you've got the 7 grandfather teachings, and you'll find the teaching in the blue, and then an animal that sort of embodies their nature, embodies this teaching underneath for those first 13 cards. So we start with humility and wolf, and it does explain in the guidebook why they've chosen these animals. Truth, turtle. And inside of each uh, depiction, you have all these symbolic images, these symbolic flowers. There's a moon inside of this bear for bravery. Each thing means something. And it doesn't say in the guidebook what everything means, but I think people can make their own associations. There's the earth, there's respect, bison and buffalo. So we definitely see an image of respect happening here. Then you got the image of the bison, and then you've got some patterns. I don't know, these patterns may mean something as well. I'm not sure, but they feel like they do. Wisdom, beaver, and then you've got these trees, which I can't recall the name of these trees right now. Birch trees, which are, always make me think of old and wisdom. Honesty, Bigfoot, wigwam, movement, ancestors, spirit guides. This one is all my relations, interconnectedness, spirit totem, animal, and then direction. Power totem, animal, protection. And grandmother moon, which is cycles. Then we move on to the 4 sacred fire teachings. And in these, we get a title and then the keyword. So we start with grandfather sun, sacred fire. And the keyword is gratitude. Then earth's core, sacred fire. And the keyword is beginnings. Ceremonial, sacred fire. And the keyword is dedication. And then heart, sacred fire. And the keyword is passion. So we're finished with this finishes the fire, and then you get the 3 other elements. And it does say why why these words are connected. So we've got water for affirmation, and it says in the guidebook why they've connected those 2 things: air, breath, and mindfulness. And then earth, Mother Earth, the drum. Then we move on to the seasons: spring for new beginnings. And again, in each image, there are little little smaller images that have meaning, you know? So, summer activation, fall stability, winter elder. Now we're getting into the medicines, and these are the four sacred medicines. So the first four will be the sacred medicines. So we've got tobacco, sacred medicine, reciprocation, sage, sacred medicine, cleansing, cedar, sacred medicine, protection, and sweetgrass, sacred medicine, strength. Then we go into our spirit cards. We got sacred journey, transformation, spirit world, omnipresent, two spirit, balance, the forest, support, spirit talker, communication, planting seeds for intention. Just make a little space here so that the shadow doesn't. There we go. Sweat lodge, rebirth, the great spirit, creator, Milky Way, spirit road, star people, universal knowledge, pipe ceremony, prayer, talking circle, listening, spirit plate, offering, plant nation, herbal medicine. Beautiful card. Lots of, it feels like there's plants on the card. Like I can pick these herbs right from this card. Very pretty. Smudge, clearing energy. Dream catcher, dream time. And that's the last card. And then again, here are your backs. So I do have small hands. These cards, these Hay House decks, I am able to shuffle because they're bendy, especially the matte ones. Some of the other ones, there's some that are a little bit too stiff for me, but for some reason, these I can shuffle and they shuffle great. I don't have any issues shuffling Hay House Oracle decks, but if you can't riffle shuffle, or if you have even smaller hands than I do, although I can't imagine. My hands are so small. You can also shuffle them sideways, and I do that sometimes when I don't feel like stretching my hands. I will shuffle them sideways. They're nice and bendy, so you can riffle them sideways with no problem. Overhand is great as well, that because they're matte, you know. I can do them this way too. All right, so let's pick a card. Can we get one, please? All right, we'll do this one. What is this? Bravery for the bear. Okay, so we'll read for the bear. They're numbered, so it's super easy to find. Here it is if you would like to read it for yourself. Bravery bear. In the Anishinaabe language, I hope I said that right, bravery means the state of having a fearless heart, which means that we must be brave to do what is right regardless of the consequences. It is often easier to remain silent when we see something is unjust, as it can be difficult to speak up for fear of retaliation. Bravery is the gift that bear provides to us. Although these animals are gentle by nature, the ferociousness of a mother bear when one of her cubs is approached epitomizes the teaching of bravery. Bear is courageous and teaches us to have the mental and moral strength to overcome the fears that prevent us from fully engaging with this specific sacred grandfather teaching. It is a challenge that must be faced with the same level of strength and intensity as a mother bear protecting her cub. Bear shows us we should face our challenges with ferocity, even when it is difficult to do so. Bravery is the sacred teaching that is given is the sacred teaching that is given and revealed when it is needed the most. When we stand up and do what is right, we demonstrate bravery. If you have drawn this card today, you are being called to exhibit bravery in your own life. You may be asked to embody the courage of Bear or speak out against what is wrong. This is the opportunity to take on a challenge that might scare you. Embracing bravery will allow you to release your fears, and you can trust that the rewards are worth the risk. Wow, that's something very it surprises me that it doesn't surprise me actually that came out. I just read that, and it's October 25th 2023 when I'm filming this, and at this time there are quite a few things going on in the world and in life around the world that some people are standing up for themselves, and it's taking quite a bit of bravery, and yeah, fear of retaliation. And I feel like this type of a card coming up at this time, it just shows that this is the kind of energy I've been getting from this deck. That's what I'm trying to say. Feels like, I'm getting messages from it that are right all the time for the energy of the day, for the energy of the time. Um, it feels ancestral almost. I don't know. It just feels like it's tapped in. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just for me. That's how I've been feeling about this deck. So, yeah, love working with it. Been loving pulling from it. I've just been pulling one card a day, and each one has been spot on. I don't know how they managed it, because it doesn't. It seems like just a regular oracle deck. That's, I mean, pretty but regular, and then stuff like that. But so yeah, let's look at some pairings. So I'm gonna start with Super Lunar's Tarot. This deck for me is a very strong reader, very clear. I use it when I need clear messages that are tapped into me. And I feel like this deck is falling into that category. So I wanted to see, look at these cards jumping. Look at these cards jumping. I wanted to see if they could look if they would look good together. I haven't used it with a tarot deck yet, but I just wanted to see how they look together, because I'm more than likely going to use them to read together. So they're, might as well see how they look together. Now, Super Lunars is a collage deck, but brightly colored. And this one, I don't know if this is collage. I think this is drawings with some, what is the word that I'm looking for? That, digital drawings, And this is digital collage. So yeah, so far I like it. I like the aesthetic. Let me see. Here's that. And I shuffled these now. Here's this bear card again with the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Wands. We've got New Beginnings with the Ace of Coins and Justice. Wow. Yeah, this is working. We've got the Tower. Let's see what comes up with the Tower, with Cleansing and the Four of Cups. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to say that these look great together. I like them. I think they look great together, and obviously they want to read together. So I will be trying them together. Look at that. For sure. So I like this pair already, and I can't wait to see what kinds of readings I get from it. And yeah, let's try another one. Definitely like it with Super Lunars. What do you guys think of this? I don't know. I mean, I feel like sometimes I put things together that, I'm like, oh, I'm just putting this together because I want to use this deck to do the types of readings I want to use this deck for. But they don't always aesthetically match up. But I don't know. I feel like this does aesthetically match up. It's not a matchy, but it works. It's not fighting each other anyway. So, anyways, let's try another one. Very similar in theme, but brighter in color. Similar in art style, but brighter in color. This is the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. This is the first edition. I do believe you can still get the second edition. This first edition may be gone now, so I think the backs are different, so I'm not going to show you the backs, but actually I'll just show them to you. That's the backs. But I think that the new backs are different. I'm pretty sure they're different, which they might be actually better for some people who don't like snakes. because I'm pretty sure these have snakes on the back. Yeah, this one has snakes on the back. I don't often look at the back of my cards. I sometimes I shuffle them face up. More than often than not, I shuffle them face up. Don't ask me why. It's just a habit. I pulled this one out because it does have a mix of some indigenous energy um, mixed in here, and I just kind of wanted to get a feel for how this would seem together, like the energy of it, to see if they would read together well. I love the way they look. This one has some, I mean, it's a mix, but there is some imagery in here. Nine of Coins with temperance and direction. With the spirit totem animal. The Messenger of Coins, which is the page. The Ace of Cups with Spirit Road. I'm not sure what Spirit Road is, so I'd have to look that up. But let me see. Earth, Sacred Fire. Earth's Core, Sacred Fire, Beginnings with the Ace of Coins and then the Moon. Wow. The Five of Wands with the Two of Cups. And protection. That's a warning right there, isn't it? The Ten of Coins with the Nine of Wands and clearing energy. And that feels like these should be like this if I'm reading from left to right, but I don't have to read from left to right. Anyways, I like the way they look. The hue on these has like a sort of dreamy nature to the color. The coloring gives it a dreamy nature that I think, it goes okay with these because of the darker backgrounds. So I'm okay with this. I don't know how I feel about the way they read together though. I think that, well, from this, I don't know. I think I prefer Super Lunaris before this one. Although I like the way this looks better, I think I prefer the way Super Lunaris read. So let's try another one. Something about the way that this deck reads makes me think I'm not going to want to use it with tarot. So I want to try it with this Oracle deck. This is the Soul Trees Ascension deck. I'm just going to see how this looks. I don't know that I'm going to want tarot with this. So let's just see. I love these decks. I have like Soul Trees Ascension, Soul Trees Original, and Soul Seeds are staples in my collection. I use them all the time. All the time. Like I can't even tell you how much I use these decks. And yeah, I like the single keywords. I like the color energy on them. They are staples, like daily use. Sometimes I have to force myself to put them away. So let's see, we've got Strength and Instinct. Okay. Reciprocation and ease, the ease of reciprocation. Okay. Yeah, just take it easy. Know that it's going to come back. We've got the Beaver of wisdom from the Beaver with community. And I think it does say something in the guidebook because I pulled this card. It says something in the guidebook about how the beaver, manipulates his environment to help the environment, not just for himself, but also to um, to help everything around it as well, And so I like that the community card came up with that. I also like the echo of colors here. The summer activation with playfulness. Oh, yeah, I like these. I like these a lot. And look at the echoes of colors. So yeah, I don't know. My mind was just saying Soul Trees Ascension. And I think this is the winner. I think these are the ones I'm going to be using together. Okay. The deck is gorgeous. It hits. It just hits. I like the daily polls I've been doing with it, and I can't wait to try it in more daily polls with my other deck that I love to use for daily polls, the Soul Trees. I use the Soul Trees original a lot for daily polls. I'll just pull a couple of cards and see what I get. I'm excited to now try this one with the Ascension for daily pulls because I do sometimes use that one, but more I use the other one. But the Ascension, the colors go with this even better. Um, and I don't know, they just seem to like hit together, right? Like it was a vibe. So I can't wait to use them together. And also with the Super Lunaris to get those deeper messages. So I don't know. You guys let me know. Have you picked this one up yet? Do you plan to pick it up? What do you think? Personally, I'm here. I like this. I'm so glad to have it in my collection now. Thank you to Hay House for sending it to me. I will leave you guys with that. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. Links will be in the description box below where you can pick up a legitimate copy of the deck. And until I see you next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye-bye.